Hey guys, welcome to DSA-n-Design, and we are actually covering the array series. And before this video, we have just learned basics about array, right? How do we declare array and how do we navigate to the array elements, etc., etc., right? So if you have not watched that video, please go and watch that video and then come to this video because this is going to be a problem statement that we are going to solve, right? So let's directly go and see this problem, right? So given an array of n elements, count the number of elements having at least one element greater than itself, right? So what basically we have to find it, we have to basically find the count, right? The count of number of elements who are elements having at least one element greater than it. Like, so for example, if we take this 3, do we have any element greater than this? Yes, we have 4, 5. So we have actually, so I have to say count actually 1 here, right? Now 4, do we have any element greater than 4? Yes, we have 5. So I will say 1. At least 1, right? It can be more also, but at least 1, right? Now for 5, do we have any element greater than 5? Yes, we have 8 basically and 6 also. So this will be also plus 1. Now, do we have any elements greater than minus 2? Many of them. So it will be plus 1. Now 8. Do we have any elements greater than 8? So there is no element greater than it. It's equal to 8, but it's no greater, right? So this will not be counted. Okay. So this will be 0 actually, right? Now the count will not consider this. 6. Again, we have 8 which is greater than 6. So this will be 1, right? Again, for 8, there is no greater element than this. So this will be 0 again, right? Now, if you count it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So answer is basically here 5. Got it? So this is what basically we have to solve in this particular problem, right? So this is a coding problem, right? So kind of you can expect this kind of coding problem in your coding round, right? So uh, hope this is you are able to understand. Let me take one more example, right? Just to give you more clarity on this. So example number 2, basically, if I take it, I say, for example, I have minus 2, minus 5, minus 8, 10, and 5. All right, let's say this one, right? Now, again, right? How do we basically count this? We can actually see, is there any element greater than minus 2? Yes, we have elements greater than minus 2 is actually 5 and 10. So this will be plus 1. Again, for minus 5, we have this one also greater and these other two elements are also greater. So this will be 1 again. For minus 8, is there any greater? So all of the elements are greater than minus 8 basically. Now for 10, do we have any elements greater than 10? No, we don't have anything. So this will not be counted. Okay. Now, is there any element greater than 5? Yes, we have 10 which is greater than 5. So now how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. Basically answer is going to be 4 here. Okay. Hope you are able to understand now. Now, guys, how do we do this, right? This is the kind of logic thing, right? So we have to put certain observation here, right? So in terms of this observation, what we are going to see here is basically one pattern here, right? So let's see it here, right? Now, if I can see that answer part, which all the elements are not going to participate in my answer part, the elements which are actually the maximum element, right? Maximum element like 10 here, right? And here it is 8 basically, right? So this is also not participating my answer, right? So can I say that I can actually simply count the total number of elements, right? Total number of elements, let's say n, right? And then I can simply subtract the count of the maximum elements, right? Count of maximum element in this case 1 and 2, right? So in this case, the total elements are basically n, right? And then count, if I can say, count of maximum elements, which is basically 7 minus 2 equal to 5. So this is actually perfectly fitting, right? This answer. Now again, if you look at this also, right? So how many counts are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So total are basically 5 basically, right? So total elements are 5 minus, I just want to see that which one is not participating. So the highest element is not participating, and what is the count of all of the this maximum element, right? So for 10, how many counts are there? Only one count is there, right? In that case, I will just say 1 and the answer is 4. And this is perfect solution, right? This is what exactly we want. Now, how do we basically go and code this, right? In our programming language, right? So I'll give you some idea basically, right? So it's very easy to get the maximum count, right? Correct? So what we can do, first of all, I can get the total number of count, right? And something like that, I can say, let's say array.length, right? This is the total number of element. Then I can make one for loop and I can actually go to all the elements, correct? Basically one for loop, I will navigate all the elements. I'll get the maximum first of all, okay? From here I'll get maximum, okay? And then in the second for loop, what I will do is I will just the uh, count the maximum element, right? Count the maximum element. And then what I will do is I will at the end I will say n minus c as actually count equal to c, and this is my answer, right? This is what the logic. Let's try and go to IntelliJ and try to code this guys, right? That will be good. Okay, now you can actually see it. Okay, now let me create one program here, right? Hopefully you are able to understand the logic now. Let's go to create a program. So what I will say is I'll say count element, then I'll give the name basically count element. Okay, all right. Okay, now let's make a main method. Okay, now let's say I have I'll take the same example maybe guys. Okay, I'll take the same example. What is this? Let's go and see. This is 3 4 5. 3 4 5 minus 2. Okay, so 3 4 5 minus 2 and 8 6 8 basically. Yeah, so 8 6 8. All right. So this is my element. Now, as I said, we will get the total number of elements first. So I'll say int n equal to, and this will also help me to basically traverse the loop also, right? Now, what I will do is, I will say, I'll take two variable. One is basically to get a maximum element. Which one is the maximum element that I have to find first, right? And then I have to find a frequency, right? So let's say maximum element, I am just trying to get basically 0 1. I will just take the first element as the maximum for now, right? Okay, and then my loop will actually start. There is other way also you can do, but I'm just taking it because first element I will take, then in my loop I will discount the first element like 0th element, right? Now I will say n is less than n, I is less than n. Okay, now what I will do, I will compare here, right? So if my maxi means this first element whatever, right, is less than my element in my array, right, which I am traversing through. If it is less, then what I'm going to do, I'm going to make maxi equal to array of I. Perfect. If it is not, then I will do nothing. Okay, now by the time I will come out of this loop, I will be already having maximum element of my array. Now I will count the maximum element. How many, how, what is the frequency of the maximum element basically, right? So that's what I'm going to count. Now in this for loop, I'm going to say if array of I means I'm actually counting from 0 itself here now, right? Here I started from 1 because I have already taken maximum element as the 0th element now, but here I got the maximum element, right? Now I'm actually comparing each of the element and trying to see which one is actually maximum, how many frequency are there for the maximum, right? So I'm just going to say max. If it is equal, okay, then I will take one more variable here. I will say C basically. Okay, okay, now I'll say C starting from the because I just want to get a count, right? So I'll say C plus plus, which means I'm actually, if it is equal to maximum element, the element which are there, it's equal to maximum element, then I am just going to increase C basically, which is my count, right? Now if I come out of this loop, okay, then I simply print what I'm going to print basically. I'm going to say n is the total number of element minus c. This is my number of elements basically, right? So let me try to run and show you basically, okay, if I'm getting the right answer or not. Okay. All right, it's giving me 5 basically, and which is perfect, isn't it? Because this is what we calculated here, right? So it's basically 5, right? So how it is working, right? Like this basically, let me dry run little bit here. Okay, so this is my array, right? First of all, I got this, so this becomes 7, right? So 7 elements total, so n is actually holding 7, and I just took the maximum element. So I'm just saying, first of all, this is my maximum element. Okay, and then I'm actually starting from 4 5 from here actually. So now I compare whether maxi is less than array of I, which is basically this one, right? Yes, it is. Then my maxi become 4. Okay, now again maxi is 4, again loop goes here and it compares whether my 5 is I mean my maxi, which is now 4, is less than 5. Yes, it is. Oh, it is greater than, like maxi is less, right? 4 is less than 5. Then maxi become 5 basically, right? Again it went to 2, nothing changed. 8, again it found its maxi become 8. Again for 6, comparing 6, it is not basically greater, then nothing happens. Now again 8, is it 8 is less than 8? No. So 8 become my maxi. Now I came out of it. Maxi is actually holding 8. Now I literally start traversing from here. I'm comparing each of the element with maxi. Maxi currently is holding 8 actually. So I'm comparing whether 3 is equal to 8. No. If no, then nothing will happen. If it is equal, then only it will be increased, because C is actually starting from 0. No. So it is actually finding only 2 occurrences where it is equal. Then C is actually increased 2 times. So basically C become 2. Now in output, I am just simply saying n, which is 7, minus 2, right, which is 5. So this is the logic, guys. So this is what basically, this is how actually you can solve this problem, and this is very famous problem, right? Like for the coding round, and this is like you have to keep little observation, right? How we have to do, like we have to basically find the maximum element and then find the count and then subtract it, right? So this is the basically thing that you have to keep in mind. Okay, hopefully this video makes sense to you. And guys, if you like the content on this channel, okay, please do subscribe and also hit the bell button so that you will not miss any notification, right? And the moment I upload a video, you will get it immediately. Okay, and also share with your friends, and you can uh, like the video to give your love here and support me, guys, because I am coming with a lot of enthusiasm and doing this particular series, and I'm 100% sure that you will support and share with your friends, so more and more people actually get this benefit, and that will also give me a lot of encouragement to bring more and more video, guys. All right, so that's all for this video. I'll see you soon with the next video. Until then, yeah, happy learning. Bye.